Hello, hello. We are here for our third week in a row. This is going to be a continuous thing. Fridays at 1 o'clock Eastern, going to about 1:30 Eastern. Um, yeah, if anybody has any questions, throw it in our chat. I'd love to answer any questions. The good news is most of the questions come in over the week. And as people watch any of these videos that they're from past weeks, uh, please ask in the videos as well. Or best case scenario is to find us on YouTube or Facebook channels that we have and ask right there. And then we can address them directly to you. If it's from your DM, from an Instagram, a Facebook, a YouTube, you can find us at Healthier Tomorrow. You can find me personally at Keith Brennan. You can find me at Back to Health Wellness Center. We want to help you with information, how you can improve your health. How can you bring yourself healthier right now and healthier tomorrow? Meaning decisions we're making today are helping us with our health today and in the future. So many decisions that we make out of necessity or pain might help us right now, but they're actually costing us our tomorrows, where we're not going to be able to do things that we love or want to do because we are doing quick fix approaches that are taking away from our future days. So in some categories, maybe we can't avoid that, but in as many areas as we can, we want to help you understand what we can do to get healthy now and tomorrow. I'm going to shut the blinds a little bit because I'm seeing some major glare in the background. And let's see if we can help the lighting a little bit. Awesome. That should be better for you guys out there. So I want to start by just one of the huge tips I can share with you for a healthier tomorrow is on this mug here. Let's see if I can turn it around properly. Grateful, thankful, blessed. At the very least, you might not believe in the blessed portion. I'm a big believer, but if you're not into that, gratitude has been shown to have tremendous impact. And gratefulness is best practiced all day, every day. But to be most intentional about it, to start your morning with grateful and end your day with grateful will literally cause a tremendous impact right there in the moment. I challenge you, you might be going, he's crazy. But if you're watching this now, pause me or step away, even if you're watching live, and say to yourself, in your head is one step, out loud is the next step, writing it down is the best. You can do all three things that you're grateful for. So I start this with my kids on the ride into school. I ask them three things they're grateful for, and we go around the horn, meaning it's me, my son Colin, my daughter Charlize, and one of the two of them has to start the majority of the time, just because I'd like to have them start. And they start. So if Colin starts, then it goes to Charlize, then it goes to me. And we each say three things. So yes, guess what? Taking part in things you're grateful for helps to teach them how to do it. So when we first started this, there was a bit of a struggle, a bit of, I don't want to do it. And then it didn't last long, maybe a couple of days, but then there was the, oh, what can I be grateful for? There's nothing to be grateful for type of thing. And we started with simple stuff like we're grateful that it's a sunny day. We're grateful that the sun rises, and we're grateful to this. And it's evolved to now it's not only a great practice of gratitude, which helps them reset their mind frame when they're going to do something they don't love doing, which is going to school. And any challenges along the day, it helps to start in a grateful place. However, it also as a parent allows me to know things that they were grateful for. So like if they had something cool the day before or in the past week, a lot of times they'll mention it and they'll say, I'm grateful that my room has been painted, or I'm grateful that I have basketball tryouts, or I'm grateful that my friend and me are going to be able to have a hangout. So it's things that are surprising at times too. Like, oh, I didn't even realize they were super grateful for that. So it's a tool that's helpful for all of us. Practicing gratitude. I like to write things down. I started a new habit of writing 10 things down every morning. Again, it doesn't have to be a certain number, but if you write down a few things you're grateful for, it's a game changer. Okay. Um, and maybe you're trying to change some type of a health habit. If you talk about how you're grateful about how you've not going to change it, but that you have changed it, it will help you to actually change the habit and keep the habit change, because that's the biggest thing we struggle with, right? Is what are you starting your day with if you're not starting it with gratefulness? Well, the average person turns on their television, and they're watching the news, they're watching sports, they're watching what the weather is going to be, what the traffic's going to be. And almost all of this is from a negative perspective. Th- that is what sells, unfortunately, right? When we're going by a car crash, we're all staring because it grabs our attention. Um, but what we can do is intentionally grab our attention to the positive things that we're starting our day with. So instead of starting your day with negative things, let's start it with positive things. We are a place that is going to always be talking about technology. You might see here in the background is this panel here. This panel has a red light, it has blue light, and it has infrared. If you're interested in a panel like this and you're interested in what the benefits are in red light, blue light, and infrared, because they have their different benefits, and it depends on which wavelength. This one has 5 different red light wavelengths, and those wavelengths do different things. The most common one that people know about are the anti-aging, helps with the wrinkles, helps you keep looking and feeling young. Yes, it has those, but it also has a ton of other wavelengths that help. Blue light is not the blue light from your computers and your cell phone. That would be negative. That would be under 400 nanometers and less. 400 to 450. So this one has 480 nanometers. It can help things like acne, skincare. It's been used to help speed up the process of healing skin cancer, a ton of different things. And then last but not least, infrared. Infrared saunas are a big thing, help stimulate and help your immune system, helps your metabolism, helps generate your mitochondria and energy cells to work better, faster. Will cause sweat if you're sitting in front of it for a long enough period of time. But if you're interested in that, look up a previous YouTube that we have, and I get into detail about what all those things do, how they could benefit for you. Yes, if you'd like to get a hold of us to buy one of these panels, we do have them for sale, and we'd love to provide you with one. Or if you just want to start off by going into a place like mine, if you're in Southeast Michigan, you can come in and try it out. It is $1 a minute. And the cool part about this machine here, 10 minutes per treatment area. So if you're going to try it, I like people to try the front of the body and the back of the body. So 20 minutes. But if you just want it for the face, 10 minutes, $10, right? But if you're not in Southeast Michigan, there's a lot of wellness centers that have different types of red light therapies, and be happy for you to connect, and I can guide you to what you're looking for. Like how many bulbs are there means how much time you have to spend and how intense and how effective it's going to be. Asking about what type of wavelengths they have there, so you can go try it out and use it. So you might want to go lay in a bed. Those are awesome benefit. We can actually get those if someone wants one of those in their house or in their business. We don't have one in our office because the price range goes up quite a bit, and those are more convenient for laying down. But generally speaking, they only have red light in it. They don't have the blue light or the infrared. Still great for you, but we would be happy. The point is to help guide you to where you can use these therapies that's local for you. And if you're anywhere near major cities or wellness centers, they likely have some areas that you could go try this. One of our patients that I actually said for their child struggles with eczema, just like my child. Now, my child is 12. Her child was, I think, as old or older than I am and has children. Um, and they were like, well, can this even help? So the cool part is this type of stuff is not studied by wellness professionals and chiropractors. It's studied by uh, medical PhDs, MDs, people that research this stuff, scrutinize this stuff. We were looking up stuff because she said she couldn't find it at WebMD. We were looking up on stuff on the Cleveland Clinic. We were looking up on the National Institute of Health, and then a variety of other national studying boards. And one of them was two of them. The National Board for Dermatology was recommending this for a variety of things, one of them being eczema, and then the National Society for Eczema, that's widely studied, actually was saying, yes, this would be good for that. So, yes, we have anecdotal stuff where my daughter and other patients are getting benefit from it, but this is not just like a feeling thing. This is not just like, oh, yes, we've heard some people do it. This works. I've seen it firsthand, and that's the only way we can really believe it works. But you're only going to see instant change in stuff like this for like a lot of skin conditions, like the eczemas, like the psoriasis, things like weight loss, things like skin and tightening up the skin. The studies say 4 to 6 weeks, going 3 to 4 times a week is when you're going to start noticing a difference. That's why, yes, if you can go to a place, many places like our place sells packages to make it affordable to do that. Or if you're someone who wants to see optimum benefits, it's buying one and having it in the house. You will get your money's worth. Spending money wisely on great health products, great food, and working out will pay itself back tenfold, even if the upfront cost is a little bit burdensome. The other thing is so much times you can finance it. So you could pay for it monthly and get it paid off and have all the health benefits where you can share with yourself and with others. That's a cool part. Not only just is it beneficial for you, it's beneficial for any friends and family that either live in the household or come to visit. It's also good for your pets. My dog loves it. One of our patients' cat really loves it. And you don't have to, convince them to come over and sit in front of it. They can just come that way. So getting back to this mug, another health tip, because a lot of times we struggle with how are we going to make a change, right? So how are we going to get this eczema fixed? We want to just take something and it's gone. Well, anyone who's had eczema, it doesn't work that way. Many times they tell you to keep taking something like a steroid or keep putting lotions on, and they find it might give them some temporary relief, but it doesn't fix the problem. It has potential side effects. And in many cases, unfortunately, the problem gets worse because it's not doing anything to help at the cellular level. It's just kind of masking the itchiness and the symptoms. So there is other reasons to look for if you have skin things, environmental toxins, things we're eating that can be causing it, and many times are. So we can address that while we're also healing it with the cellular level healing. And the reason why in studies it's like, well, it comes back is because if you don't change what's irritating or causing the skin to act that way, then it will continue to come back. And unfortunately, in some cases, in some conditions, it is something that even if we change our environment, we can't really figure out the trigger. This is a natural, safe, healthy, fast, effective way to manage the symptoms, even in cases like that. Like it helps with arthritis, but it's not going to get rid of your arthritis. It just gets rid of the inflammation that's being caused by the arthritis and kind of resets it so we can move on going forward. But let's talk about one health tip you can institute. Pretty easy. In here, I currently have coffee, hot water, tea, all good beverages. So we can go on a whole separate episode of pros and cons of coffee. You don't want to drink too much coffee, but a couple of cups of coffee or less a day can be really good for you. Most of the problems come from what you're putting into the coffee, the creams, the sugars, all these things. So how can we transition and change that? Well, in this coffee, It is, I don't want to spill it on the computer here, but it's black coffee. You'll just have to take my word for it. Except for it has a couple of ingredients. So the ingredient I first transitioned from drinking, I used to put lots of cream and lots of sugar. So I liked coffee, right? I didn't really like coffee. I liked sugary, sweet, creamy things. Who doesn't? It's fantastic. When I'm like, okay, I want to cut that out, black. There's some people that just like it black. If you do, great. It's good for you. Wasn't me. So putting cinnamon is the first way I started. Cinnamon in the bottom of the coffee and then pouring the coffee on top because it kind of gets separated. It can also be dry if it's not stirred in there good. But cinnamon was the first step. And then I heard about coconut oil, MCT oils. There's a variety of different healthy fats you can put in. So I buy organic cold pressed coconut oil, take a tablespoon, put it in, put the cinnamon in, then put the coffee on to stir it all together. Oh, it tastes almost like you have cream in there. So it tastes really good. But the huge benefits of stimulating brain health, stimulating energy. So cinnamon and coconut oil are also bringing the inflammation down in your body. So it's a great way to start a day. Now, I do recommend drinking water before your coffee. I drink at least 20 plus ounces of water first thing when I wake up, actually, before I'm even really awake. So these are some simple steps you can add into your daily routines. Leave a glass of water on your nightstand, drink it when you're half asleep. You're not even noticing that you're drinking it. And then when you get onto your coffee, take out all of the toxic bad stuff for you and put in cinnamon, put in coconut oil, MCT oil, or just drink black. If you just change those habits, excuse me, if you just change those habits and eliminate for 30 days drinking any other drinks that you were drinking, add in just water and coffee with either cinnamon or coconut oil, MCT oil, and monitor either if you're trying to lose weight loss with no other changes, just that change. Also, if you're not looking to lose weight, monitor in both cases your clarity, your focus, how your like thinking is, less brain fog. Measure your energy levels. When we hydrate, and then when we get some caffeine with healthy fats and cinnamon in it, it can really provide a lot of clarity and extra benefits that if we're paying attention and looking for those, you'll notice them even more. And if any of you eat paleo, if you eat keto, this fits right in along those lines. So it can also fit into Mediterranean. There's a ton of different eating lifestyles out there. I don't like that dirty D word called diet. Diets are completely ineffective. They don't work. The reason why health, wellness is so such a challenge for people is the fact that they've tried different diets and they haven't worked. So what gets you results is a lifestyle change. How do you get a lifestyle change? Well, it starts with a mindset change. So if you're aiming for a healthier tomorrow while losing weight or while gaining muscle or while becoming better at whatever you're trying to become from maybe you're a dancer, maybe you're a gymnast, maybe you're someone in all different types of sports. If you monitor not just how we're doing today, but what we're doing over time, that is when we will get our best results and most importantly, our lasting results. So many people will lose 100 pounds and then they'll gain weight back and then they'll lose weight and gain weight back. And so our mission, our objective here is to help you become healthier tomorrow. And why? For you, yes. Most people actually have a better time making a lifestyle change when it's not for them because regardless of what the media tells you, regardless of maybe even what you think, because you're told this all the time of people being selfish, I have found that people are not selfish. Let that sink in. So you might think everyone around you is selfish. Um, I just don't find that to be true. Most people are selfless, and they're so selfless to an extreme amount that they cause themselves health and major problems. Moms, dads, parents, grandparents, they're doing so much for their kids, for their grandkids. They're doing so much for other people, workers, co-workers. People are doing nonprofit work. People are working in all different avenues, and they're working themselves so hard and trying to help other people. And then their health and their wellness actually gets put on the back burner. This is what I see way, way, way more common. Now, there is also a way to be selfless and take very, very good care of your self care. Because when you start realizing that if you're not healthy, you're not going to be able to help anybody else, this can cause a huge transition in your lifestyle. Because do you want your kids or grandkids to have to be taking care of your health? Or do you want to make decisions where you can actually enjoy them, enjoy yourself, and be able to help people into late, late years of life? And we see this as being done. It's possible. There is many cultures and many areas where people can do this. But where we don't see it being able to be done is in cultures that are go, 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 always helping others, always working more, always doing things to produce. Like, why do we work? Usually to provide for people. Yeah, provide for us, sure, but also provide for our loved ones, our friends, our family, and things like that. So, how can we make decisions to use different types of technologies, to use different eating, exercise? If you don't like to exercise, just figure out movement. There's plenty of cultures they don't exercise, meaning they're not going to box gyms like the powerhouses or the lifetimes or the CrossFits, or for my like myself going in Orange Theory Fitness. They just get outside. They're biking, they're swimming, they're walking, they're active people. When they're active, it helps to keep them healthy. It keeps them in a better mood. It also keeps them better at being able to take care of those around them. So, one of the best indicators, I just heard this recently, for long term health, longevity, being able to do things yourself and making yourself look, feel, and be young, is strong legs. So, doing things specifically to help your legs does not mean you have to go to a gym. You can do things right in the comforts of your own house in order to strengthen your legs. You can be doing squats, lunges, wall sits, all different types of leg activities in the confines of your own house with your own body weight and not stressing any of the joints out. What else can we do if we can't move and we want to get back to move properly? We can add technologies in. Now, there are a couple technologies that we have. We've already done one on Stimwell. Stimwell does massage, heat. It also does TENS and eStim. Now, if you're not sure what all that means and what that does, again, look back on a previous video, and it's StimOL, StimAwell. And if you are in Southeast Michigan, again, you could come try it out in my office. It's $10 to try out a 30-minute session. It's catered specifically to you. As long as you don't have any type of pacemaker, epilepsy, and you're not pregnant, it is a great thing to try out. If you're not in Southeast Michigan, we can look to see if there is a local provider. This is a type of technology that is newer and not as well known, so it might not be something you get your hands on. But we will send it your way and try and help you out. And you might say, oh, yeah, TENS, eStim, massage. Yeah, those are separate things. They can be good for you depending on your condition, but they don't have the same impact of doing all four of those things together. It's kind of like if we eat healthy and exercise or do movement, we get much better results. And a lot of times when we're moving or exercising, it creates the ability for us to want to eat healthy and vice versa, right? So doing one and the other kind of help each other. Now, if your main objective is weight and that's a goal, weight management is 80% of what you eat. So it is nearly impossible to out move or out exercise bad eating habits. So starting with a lifestyle of changing our eating habits is super important. But what can help? Well, movement can help, right? And what else can help? Something like one of these red light panels, because it's stimulating cells to help us with our metabolism in our weight loss journey as well. Um, we can, believe it or not, you might not know this, there's certain foods you can eat that'll help your weight loss journey. It'll help your metabolism. Cinnamon is one of them. A lot of different spices and spicy foods can be some of them. And might blow your mind with this one. Healthy fats can help you lose weight. And most importantly, that is how you lose body fat. When people are trying to lose body fat and gain muscle, the proteins that you're eating help you gain the muscle, and the healthy fats help you to burn body fat. Unfortunately, many of us eat way too much processed foods, have way too many sugary, carbohydrate foods that spike our blood sugar. And this not only leads to things like type 2 diabetes, but unfortunately, even for those that don't struggle with type 2 diabetes, it causes inflammation in the body. And inflammation, if you do any modern studies, you will notice inflammation is and has been and will continue to be until we get any other research that shows us otherwise. Um, the main thing in your health. How do we control your inflammation and your blood sugar levels will drastically impact your health outcomes. Recently, I just heard, which I've been talking about this for years, about how control your inflammation, control your blood sugar levels. And that's why I talk about low glycemic versus high glycemic foods. And it's not, I eat paleo, but it's not about eating a certain way. It's about eating, meaning like paleo, keto, vegan, vegetarian, Mediterranean. There's tons of different terms and lifestyles that people eat. All of them have people that eat in those categories and have bad health outcomes, and all of them have people that have good health outcomes. The people that are having the successful healthy outcomes are people that are eating foods that are causing their inflammation to stay in a healthy range and keeping their blood sugar in a healthy range and down. And yes, you can eat in a way in all of those different areas that would cause that not to take place. So I hope this was able to give you some great little pointers. I'm going to finish on a new piece of equipment that we're going to be talking about, Focus Shockwave. That how I describe it is any chronic pain. It can be used for chronic or acute, but that chronic pain in a joint, a muscle, a bone that you thought could never go away, this could be your solution. And from what I'm seeing, almost always is. It gets penetration way further down than any other technology that I've ever used before. It stimulates instant gratification because from the beginning of the treatment to the end of the treatment, it goes from a painful area to having a great reduction in pain. Average person, 80, 90%, some people even 100% reduction in pain after one treatment. And then over a series of treatments, it's getting that pain to go away, stay away, and heal that area, avoiding things like surgeries and just avoiding the fact that many people have just thought, man, I just got to deal with this for the rest of my life now. This shockwave technology, more to come. Used it in my office for a couple of weeks, ordered one for the office, and going to have it started up as soon as it gets through customs. And I just can't wait to be helping patients with this technology that is so impactful, so beneficial. And if you're a doctor considering shockwave, find me, message me. You want to get it in a way where We show you how to use it. We show you how to explain it to patients, to reach out to patients, and just get the biggest benefit for the office, the clinic, the patients, and everyone involved. So glad to be able to share Fridays from 1 to 1:30 with you all. Appreciate people sharing, appreciate people showing up, and I appreciate any help I'm able to give you. Reach out, and everyone have a great weekend. If you're watching this in the future, put this into action. Put just one of the tips you heard here. Maybe start the black coffee tip. Maybe put some coconut oil, MCT oil. Maybe you're going to decide, nah, I'm changing from dieting to healthy lifestyle. Let's get after it. Let's try one of these technologies. Best of luck. Have a great one.